Good afternoon. After doing a post on LinkedIn about using Bluebeam and Excel and Power Query to do measures on different things, I did a post on roofing takeoff, and I've been asked to show in a bit more detail how this all works and what you can set up on Bluebeam and the information you can get out of it. The last post I did was just quite a quick one, and you really didn't see much in the way of details. So I will have a go at trying to explain this in a bit more detail, and hopefully it will give you a few ideas on what you can do with Bluebeam as well. So over here I have got my tools that I'm using. Now this setup was I made this a couple of weeks ago on a Saturday as a quick experiment, because the main sheet I was designing, which was for drainage, was a lot more complicated and really a bit too difficult to explain in a short period of time. So this isn't finished. I've got these items down here: binders, purlins, king posts, always double stars by them, because I haven't set up the tools yet. But these are the tools I've got. So I've got valley rafters, hips, common rafters, valley jacks. These are all set up as standard. And so I've got my pitched ones, I've got my horizontals, and these will be my verticals. And I've started looking at whether or not we put some chipboard flooring down in the roof space and actual roof finish as well. But I haven't got anywhere near finishing that. So I'll start over here. So I've got valley rafters, and what I can do is when I start a job, I can enter in the basic sizes of the timber. So I'm working in metric, so 225 by 32, which is in imperial. I think that's 9 by inch and a quarter. So I've got that for my valleys, got that for my hips, common rafters. On these ones, I've got 175 by 50, which is 7 by 2s. Valley jacks will be the same. Valley jacks there. Right, so I've changed these ones, but rafter trimmers for openings, etc. I did have 150, that was to be 175 to match the rafters. Noggins will be the same. Ridge is 9 by 1, 225 by 25. Wall plates 100 by 50 or 4 by 2 in imperial. So that's all of those. And what you can also do with all of these is, you'll see here, waste. So I'm adding on an allowance to each length of timber for a waste on the cuts. Now on this one I've done 200 mil or 8 inches wall plate, so that allows for some laps and some joints. Ridge waste is 200 mil. I mean, these are fairly short lengths. If I was getting into scarf joints and things like that, I might add more onto it. Noggins, well, I've only put 4 inches, 100 mil. But when you come up to your rafters, depending on what pitch you want, this is a 45-degree pitch on this roof, I believe. So I've allowed 300 mil waste. Steeper you go, the more waste you might want to add on. Valleys, because you've got a double cut and you've got a compound cut at one end, I've allowed a bit more. But you can set this up how you want it. You can also put in here what cuts you've got. So if you want to price labours by types of cuts, you can do that. So compound, plumb cut, bird's mouth, you might have different descriptions for these. Whatever way you want to do it, you can build the Excel spreadsheet and put a rate against it, and it will match everything up for you. Ridge, start cut, well, I'm not going to have any scarf joints in this, so I'm going to just put a straight. Ooh, we've got a spelling mistake in there by the looks of it, but that might throw up a few problems later. Let's just put a plumb cut in there. As I said, it's not finished. Right, so I've got a few details in there. We might have to make a few changes as we go along, but let's try and measure up this roof here. And what I've done is I've set up a 600 by 600 grid. I can set these up for 450 by 450s, I suppose. And let's overlay this to see what that looks like. We'll put that on there. Line that up. So we've got somewhere to start with. We can match our rafters to these. So let's start. Let's have a ridge, which is going to run through the center of here. Let's just take it up to the gable wall. Bit tight to the gable wall, but it will be okay for measuring. So that's a ridge through there. Probably want wall plates. Let's put those on the internal wall here. That's my wall plates done. Now we can put some rafters in, common rafters. So I'm going to start on here. As I said, this let's come a bit off of there. Take it up to the back of the fascia. So that's my first rafter. And I'm going on my 600 by 600 grid, so I can just click on here. Now what I can actually do is, if I want to click on that one, I can use Control and just drag it across. And again. So that quite ties in quite nicely with my outside gable wall. And we want one more over here. Now that's all worked quite well. And what if I want to copy those onto here? Well, let's just. I'm going to work from the ridge down again. So common rafter. The back of my fascia. Oh. Once again, I can just click on these and copy them across. Now we want to maintain our 600 by 600, but we've got this dormer here, so we're going to need another one in there, and let's double these up. We're going to want on this side as well. So that's our rafters. We're going to want some trimmers around this opening. Can't see exactly where it is, but let's put a double trimmer in here. And we want some down, a couple down here as well. So I know it's close to the wall plate, but let's just put this in here. As such, and then we need some infill rafters coming off of these. So I'm going to put some common rafters in here again. Now you might have different ways of measuring this, but you can see it. It's you can choose how you want to do this. I haven't got a specific rafter cut set for cutting into here, so I'll use a common rafter again. It's probably got the wrong end cut on it, but it's another tool that I need to set up for now, way in the future. So let's just put these rafters in here. That's those. Now I've just noticed they've got the roof light here, which we're going to have to be either side of. So I'm going to move that slightly. That one's worked out quite well. Now let's just put another one in. It would help if we had a proper layout for all of this. Oh, I didn't copy that one. We just moved it. Let's put a couple of just single trimmers in here. Oh, it's not quite right, is it? Somehow I haven't put that in the right position. Let's just move that across to there. I won't match these up exactly because I need to spend a bit more time on it, and that would make this video far too long. So let's put those in there like that, and some noggins. Well, we're going to want noggins on the gable ladders. Put these in quickly. I really should have just used the copy tool. I think let's go back to that. Got my noggin there, one up there, and another one. Hang on a moment. Right. Now, I guess it would be easier to set these all up in, I guess, specific tools, grouping them all together, and you could make up some standard tools, which would mean you wouldn't have to do all of this. But just the details on these are great, I think, for telling you which item it is, whether it's rafters or openings or wall plates. And I'd just like to say a big thanks to Troy, David, and Doug, and all the other members at U Chapter 2, because before I joined there last year, I was just using kind of standard lines, different colours and thicknesses, and I had no idea you could build all these custom tools and how useful they will be, custom columns, all of this stuff down here, which is used to make the spreadsheet work. I've learned about all of this in the since last summer, I think it is, and yeah, the guides are really helpful. Troy's courses are fantastic, but we've got a community on there. I'm forever asking questions, others are asking questions about loads of different topics, and if you ask a question, you generally get an answer very quickly. And we've got loads of people on there that have different experiences in the construction industry, all use Bluebeam in a slightly different way. So if you're using Bluebeam and you want to learn, I would suggest that you jump onto U Chapter 2 and join in. Yeah, back to the measuring. I think that's all my rafters marked up. Let's do some, we got some fascia through here. Let's go to the outside there. Let's take the fascia to the middle of the party wall. We've got some more fascia on this side. We'll put some barge board, some soffits with those. Just inside. And what you can do with all of this, if you can put this all on different layers, and so you can just show the bits you want to see. So if you start marking up your ceiling joists and things like that, you can put it all on different layers, and you can turn each layer on and off as you need it. So like here, I've got my, actually I'll show you that in a minute. Let's just do the barge boards. I'm going to come off the middle of there up to the ridge, and the reason I do this in two pieces is because I want to know my waist is on each item, so I don't want to measure that as one length, otherwise I'd only get the waist and the cuts measured to one length instead of two, which is what I actually need. So that's barge, and now I'm going to do my pitch soffit. Let's go to the end of that one. So that's that one. What I was saying about the markups is like this here. If I turn off my layer, the soffit's gone. So it's just a bit, if I turn my rafters off, just makes everything a bit clearer to see. So if you want to show some more details, it works really well. Oh, so I just noticed, have I got a double rafter in there? No, I haven't for some reason. So you can add more rafters at any stage. Oh, I'm not doing. Sorry, I'm pressing Shift instead of Control for duplicating. So there we go. That's in there. That looks like quite a good markup for me for now. So I'm going to save that. And then what I will do is I will export my measures. CSV summary. This is already set up to where I want it to go to. I'll press OK. I believe that's done. So then I'll load up my spreadsheet. So my spreadsheet refers to my CSV file. Come back to here. At the moment, no details in here, no details for the materials. Got some details in here for the rates and the cuts. What I haven't got is the right timber sizes for this. So I am quickly just going to take that one there. So you could have this set up as a standard template. I'll put that into there. I'm going to change the name to 175 by 50, which was on my which is what I've measured on my drawing. So that's added that in. So if I come back to here, I can hit refresh all data. That looks for the CSV file. It says down here it's retrieving the data. Takes a little bit of time, but it's certainly better than manually entering all of this. So here we go. So this is what it's given me. It's telling me barge boards. I've got 2 barge boards, so I've got 4 cuts. I've got I've got my timbers that I've measured. I haven't got a labour rate because it's 175 by 18. So on my rates, I've got 275, so I could copy that, paste that down there. Now I'm going to say 175 for that. I think that was the right description. Let's go back to that. It's softwood 175 by 18. So let's, obviously I need to update the rates on these, but this will just give you an idea of how easy this is to use. So softwood 175 by 18, that's a new item in there. Let's say that's a bit cheaper, that's £4.25 a metre. I should copy down too much. That's my markup on there, and let's go back into here. So I need 175 by 18. If I've got everything else, softwood 225 by 25. I haven't got that. Two 225 by 32. So if I copy this, paste it at the bottom of my table, and if I do this, then it'd be there forevermore. Sorry, 225 by 25. And let's call that £6.50. So if I come back here, and I've got soffits 225 by 12 mil. Let's apply 225 by 12 mil. So we can just have that item there, copy, and I want that 225 by 12 mil. So I'm just making these rates as I go along. I will set up the formulas better next time. I've got the same labour rate on all of these, but it's just an example for now. So I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to refresh all. As I say, it takes a little bit of time, but it's picking up all the records. So here we go. We've got a fully populated table now. We've got all the material rates in there. We've got the material rates over here. We've got the labour rates. So that's all priced up for labour and materials. And we've got some summaries over here. We've got so many different ways that we can present the summaries based on pivot tables, and all the information comes from the same place. And materials. So here we go. Barge boards. We've got 2 of those. Oh, sorry. This is me. What I haven't done is I haven't put my pictures on here, which is a big mistake to make, but here we go. So barge boards, which are pitched, we can highlight both of those. We said it's a 45-degree pitch. Common rafters, all pitched. 45 degrees. Noggins are horizontal, so we don't need to put a pitch in there. These are horizontal, we don't need a pitch for those. Then we've got soffits. They're at 45 degrees pitch. And the wall plates are horizontal. Right, so save again. I'm going to export that to my CSV file again. So, okay, so that just overwrites the existing CSV file. That's done. Right, now I'll come back here and let's hit that again. So you can see everything's changed, quantities have gone up. And when we come to the materials page this time, we know we've got barge board. We've got it's 4.8 meters on plan, but with a 45-degree pitch, it becomes up to a rounded length of 7.2, which includes putting it to the pitch. It includes the waste on each end, etc. So here we've got fascia. We've got the drawing length of 5 meters. There's no pitch on it, but we also put on there that we wanted 200 mil of waste, so that would make it 5.2 meters. But over here in the UK, timber comes in every 300 mil length, so we want that rounded up to 5.4 meters. And we want 2 of those. Noggins, they were about 500 mil on plan. Some were slightly bigger than others. So maybe I should have taken a bit more time to mark these up, but if they were 500 mil on plan and we only added 100 mil to each end, that would work to a timber size. But if they were 510 mil, 520 mil, we've done these in rounded up into every 100 mil. So that means I need to add 100 mil on, make 700 mil, so that the available size is 900 mil. Hopefully you can follow all that's going on with that, but this gives us a cutting list as well. This is presented in a slightly different way here and a slightly different way here. So you can order your timber how you want. Now going back to Bluebeam, what you can then do is if you mark this up and you allocated this to a plot, let's just see if I can go onto here. So what you can do is, you could use spaces, you can allocate this. We go there. So we could put this into a space and call it roof type A. If we then marked up another drawing of roof type B, when we exported all of that, then all the details would be split amongst roof types A and B, and we could have it all split down. Let's do this. Let's just see if we can So what I'm going to do is go copy all of that, copy, and I'm going to go on to here. And I know it's not exactly the same, but if I paste it onto here, we've got exactly the same. Let's pretend we haven't got a dormer in here, so we've got something different to work with. So we take these timbers out of here. And what we do is we will remove these ones. So just pretend we haven't got a dormer, just so it's a bit different to the last one. No, we don't need that one in there. Well, I've got rid of both. There you go. So let's call this, let's do spaces. I will remember how to do this. Spaces, add, just mark that up and just call that type B. And then we go to this one and we will call that type A. And once again, we'll save that. And I'm hoping I've set this up correctly on the other page. So let's CSV file again. Okay. And back to our spreadsheet. And let's go into this one, refresh all data. The bigger the spreadsheets are, the longer these things take to refresh, but it's not too bad timing wise. So we've got more quantities here. We've now got type A, type B, type A, type B, summaries. We've got type A and type B over here again. We can filter. So if we just wanted type A, that's just type A, 4941, type B, 4440, because we've got different rafters set up. We clear the filter, back to the summary, materials over here. Now, I've just got the one table, I believe. Just see if I just, oh, here we go. Refresh. I need to probably set this up. But type A, type B, I know exactly how many of each item I've got. So this is where we've changed the rafters. This is where we've changed the openings. So we've got the trimmers on one and not on the other. So, and yeah, trimmers are up here. The shoulder rafters are down here. But you can see you've got all of the detail, everything you could want, full schedules. And if you want more details, we can set up more tables. But yeah, that hopefully explains in a bit more detail about how this sort of setup works. I won't go into the Power Query stuff because that just involves a few tables and manipulating data. These are the tables I've got, so it's not overly complicated, but you just need to get used to how to do that. But this really hopefully demonstrates how you can use Bluebeam and Power Query, and the possibilities are really endless, I think. I think that will do for now. Thanks very much. Bye.